morning, Lisa. It's wonderful to have you here and to have a coffee with you.
Thank you, Adriaan. It's wonderful being here.
In 2022, we launched the Growth Point initiative with the objective to help all our employees to understand SAVF's objectives. And in 2025, you launched the Alignment with Objectives initiative for the organization. But before we talk about this, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, Adriaan, it's a wonderful journey that I've traveled. I've started my career, most of my career I spent in Anglo-American Platinum, more than 2 decades. And I've been serving in several positions in human resource development, in human resources, organizational development, transformation, leading change in major projects. But the last few years I've spent as a senior manager in culture, performance, well-being and strategic projects. And then I took a sabbatical. I stepped out of corporate. I took a sabbatical, and during that time it gave me the opportunity to really align with my purpose. And I got involved as a volunteer at one of the SAVF facilities, Rudenhof Elderly Care in Saarbrücken. I'm staying in Rustenburg, and that gave me the opportunity to really serve. And I think that is something that's very close to my heart. Now, that also gave me opportunity to start as a volunteer. Before I knew it, I was elected on the board. And a year later, you contacted me and say, we would like your services at SAVF to assist us with this program. So that gave me really the opportunity to get to know SAVF from a strategic point of view, but also from a community perspective. And that drove my passion to really get involved and make a difference, and also start to assist in setting up the organization where every employee feel valued and they know exactly how they contribute in building and strengthening the organization.
Lisa, as you mentioned, as volunteer, you are involved and have been involved in SAVF for a number of years. And that is exactly where I met you, at Rudenhof.
Yes.
And then I realized that you have some skills that I would like to utilize in the organization. And subsequent to that, we contracted you to help us with the development of the Alignment with Objectives program. Can you tell us a little bit more about the program?
Yes, that was a wonderful privilege for me to get involved and to work alongside EXCO and also the managers here at National Office and managers from the facilities. So that helped me to really apply my experience that I had as a volunteer, but also from a strategic point of view. And we developed the Align Our Actions with Objectives program. These programs, we introduced in October 2025, where we empowered all the managers to understand what the objectives is all about. We developed practical tools that we have equipped them with so that they can start measuring themselves on how we are progressing with achieving our objectives. And for the first time, we started to not only talk about the objectives, but thinking of how we're going to measure our progress as well.
Yes, our objectives are very, very important to us. So, because they're part of the journey of change, and the journey of change brought us the new business model of SAVF and the game plans that goes with that. And of course, now the Alignment with Objectives program. Can you tell us more about the impact that this program already had on the organization?
Absolutely. And I can feel it. I can hear it. I hear people talk about it when I get to a facility, and especially where I'm also involved. So at the beginning, the training created awareness and making sure that everybody is aligned, understanding what it's all about, what success will look like, how our journey will continue. And now we are going to take the next step and starting to see how we can measure our progress. And we have already launched now the Employee Engagement Survey, which is the first step in starting to measuring how our employees are experiencing the services, but also the program that we've launched.
Lisa, how can our beneficiaries ensure that their voices are heard
So Adriaan, we started with the first step. We've already launched our employee engagement survey that started on the 22nd of July, and that will run into the first week of August. And then in August, we're very excited that we're going to launch the surveys for our clients, our residents, our families. We're going to ask our children in our facilities, our parents at our ECD centers, and they will be equipped with a QR code that we will distribute to them. They will have the link that we can send via WhatsApp or via an email. And we will also have these QR codes displayed at all the facilities. So anyone visiting any of our facilities will be able to scan the code and immediately participate, because every voice counts, and that can assist us to really identify where we need to improve and also what we can celebrate. What are we doing very well, and what our strengths are, and what we can build on.
How will we use the results?
So Adriaan, I'm excited about this. The results is not only statistics. The results is going to become tools that we can utilize to identify where we're doing well, what we need to celebrate, and also pinpoint where we need to improve. So these results, we are busy setting up the system. It will assist us in putting all the results in dashboards. We will have specific dashboards for facility managers that they can use as a management tool together with the employees and their staff, that they can plan and see where they need to improve, but also celebrate where they're doing well. So it's not only statistics, it's really becoming a tool that we can utilize and that we can really be proud of.
So Lisa, it's very clear how our employees and beneficiaries are going to have an opportunity to contribute and to give us feedback and to help them with the alignment. But how will provincial and structures within SAVF, how will we be able to use the information and the data that is coming out of the system?
So Adriaan, during August, we're also going to make sure that we empower and align our provincial committees and then also our boards at facility level, so that we can also provide them with the tools, because for boards, there will also be a specific dashboard for their facilities. For regional managers and provincial committees, there will be specific dashboards for all the facilities within their provinces at their level. So this is really going to empower them to participate and really to champion this journey.
Lisa, I am very excited about the alignment with objectives program and where we are in terms of the total program, the turnaround of the organization, the journey of change, game plans, and now the associated tools that we have that you have generated for us to ensure that every individual in SAVF understands exactly how do they add to us meeting our objectives. Our beneficiaries have an opportunity to raise their voice and give us feedback, and even the family members. So thank you very much for the role that you have played and still play in developing this tool for us. And I cannot wait to see the results of the first run of the total organization and see how do we measure out, because this is what this is. This is a tool to help all of us to understand where are we in terms of the turnaround of the organization, the repositioning of the organization in the market, and how do we fare in terms of our objectives. So thank you very much for Lisa for leading us in that. And I would like to encourage our employees and beneficiaries and family members to make use of the opportunity to raise your voice by using the QR code and fill and actually complete the questionnaire when you enter a facility. We need your feedback and we would appreciate your feedback. Our objective is to create an environment and a culture where everybody and our organization flourish. Because when our organization flourishes, I know that we will meet our objectives. Thank you for joining us in another session of Coffee with the CEO.